Hey guys, Thogden here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're going to be going through the final two games of the Euro 2020 tournament. Italy versus Spain and England versus Denmark. You excited for it?
I can't wait. And you know what, Theo? It's not really sunk in yet that we're in the final four of a major tournament again.
I know, it's incredible. All final three games are going to be at Wembley, the two semis and the final. What's the like target today, Dad?
Oh my goodness, it's the semi-finals, 14,000, please.
I'm bumping that to 15. It just sounds a little bit more natural, you know? And by the way, subscribe if you want more Euro 2020 updates. We're going to be going to all the England games and all the games going on in the tournament from now on. It's in London. Let's get into these score predictions. What game we start with that?
Hey, let's start with what will be an amazing game. Italy against Spain. And in the last round, it was Belgium 1, Italy 2, wasn't it, Theo? What a game that was.
Yeah, Italy booked their place in a Euro semi-final after beating Belgium in the quarters 2-1, who are the top-ranked FIFA team. So that's a respectful result.
It really is. Now, Barella and Insigne got the goals, didn't they, Theo? But you know what? I was so impressed by that midfield of Jorginho and Verratti. Jorginho, he does the simple things so well. Verratti, what a playmaker, what a creative guy. My eyes are just drawn to him, Theo.
Dad, it's not like Italy, not used to being in this position. This is the 12th time in a major tournament they've reached the semi-finals. The only nation to do it more is Germany, who've done it like 20 times. Ridiculous stats. It's not like they've not got the history, which will really help them coming into this game, won't it?
It will, Theo. They've won 15 games in a row in the Euros. That includes the qualifiers. It's spectacular.
Yeah.
And they're known for their defence. But like I say, for me, it's going to be a battle of the midfield in the next round.
Now, they've won in the last 15 Euro matches, but they conceded their first goal in 90 minutes in the last 12 games. The first chink in the Azzurri robust defence. So maybe that will lead to something else. Spain know how to score goals. Do you reckon we could see this game being a real opener?
Well, it could be, Theo. But let's talk about that Spain-Switzerland game, shall we?
We should.
It was 1-1. Of course, Freuler was sent off, and Switzerland managed to hang on for 43 minutes with 10 men. Got to mention one guy, Jan Sommer. 10 saves. He was brilliant. Poor lad. I can't believe he was on the losing team.
And we're not even talking about Switzerland here. You know, we've got to give him respect, but it really shows an example of how good Spain are creativity. To be able to test the opposition goalkeeper 10 times and only score one goal, it says something about how good Spain are at creating chances with the likes of Jordi Alba, Pedri, Sarabia, Dani Olmo. They all know how to set up a chance. If only they could finish their dinner a bit more.
That is true. Now, Jordi Alba, possibly the man of the match. It was his shot that led to the goal. But once again, I'm going to look at midfield, Theo.
Okay.
Busquets, the pivot, the hard-working guy.
Quality.
Oh my God, he covers so much ground.
He does.
Pedri, what a creative guy, what a hard-working guy. No one has run further than him in the Euros, 61.5 kilometres.
Can I just add to some of his stats? I must say Pedri deserves credit. 9 key passes, big part of their creativity. Water carrier too, 7 tackles. So he does it all. He's still a kid. It's a big job for him. They've had a bit of luck on the way.
Yeah.
There's been 10 own goals in this tournament and 3 have been in favour of Spain. So you can say they've had a little bit of fortune. Now, it's funny about own goals. In this tournament so far, we've seen more of them than the last 15 Euro tournaments combined. We've seen 9 from the last 15 times, and we've seen 10 this season. This competition, it's crazy.
It is amazing. The last thing I want to look at is the record between Spain and Italy, because it favours Spain.
Really?
1-3, drawn 4, and only lost 1. So if the history books are anything to go by, Spain could win this.
And before the Switzerland game, they scored 5 goals against Croatia, 5 goals the game before that. Spain know how to hit the back of the net. And if they can finish their chances versus Italy, this could be a very close encounter. The bookies reckon it's going to be good. Jordi Alba could be a serious threat versus Italy, so watch out for him. For the Italian team, I've mentioned Lorenzo Insigne, who's now scored 3 goals in the last 5 internationals, 2 after 65th minute, which is mental to think about. He could be getting a late winner if they need it. And of course, Ciro Immobile, who's blanked in the last 2 games. He's due a big game and a big goal. Do you reckon it will come?
It could well, Theo. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Italy have been so impressive. They are the best team at this Euro so far.
Okay.
England a close second. So I'm going to go with Italy just.
You're an English fan, but you reckon Italy have more of a chance?
I do. Of course, the Wembley thing. If we make the final, the Wembley thing could be key. But for this game, Theo, Italy 1, Spain 0.
I don't like that, Dad. I don't like that. I don't like what you said. I think England are favourites. The fact we're at Wembley and the way we're playing, we've just won 4-0 in a knockout. Dad, we're English. We don't win 4-0 at knockouts. We've just done that. So I'm going to get to my prediction and then we'll get on to the England game. But it's a good one, actually. I'm going to go for Italy 2, Spain 2. High scoring. Because nobody has taken more shots on goal in this tournament than Italy and Spain. So surely, and that's average per game as well. So surely this will be high scoring. I'm going to go 2-2, extra time. Guess who's winning it in extra time?
It's got to be Italy.
It is Italy. It's going to be a Berardi winner. And I'm saying the 112th minute. And they're going to hold it out at 3-2. Italy are going through to the Euro 2020 finals. I reckon so. He does too. Let's see if that happens.
I mean, that is massive, Theo, but I cannot see Italy conceding 2 goals in a game.
I can when it's Spain.
Okay.
They scored 5 from 2 games in the last 3. And I know they only scored once against Switzerland, but they know how to create chances. Let's move on to England versus Denmark.
Theo, I'm still recovering from that game. Ukraine 0, England 4. You went to the box park. It looked amazing, mate.
What do you mean you're recovering? All you were doing was sat on this sofa here watching the game.
I was dying, mate. It always happens when we get to the quarterfinals. I get sick.
You said we'd lose because the last time we had that, we lost. But this is a semi-final game. You're technically still sick. You're probably okay now. You're going to be at Italy, Spain, so you're going to be fine.
I mean, what a game that was. Harry Kane got 2 of the goals. Henderson, was that his first goal for England? And Harry Maguire with that big slab end. You called that, didn't you?
I tweeted it. I had a feeling he did it in the last quarterfinals of the World Cup. There was a lot of time and thought that went into that tweet. It wasn't just a random one, okay? I don't often say things like that, but I got it right. So I'm going to keep on the record and try and say something for this England-Denmark game. Look out for Twitter to see what I reckon for. England are in cruise control. Nobody in this tournament hasn't conceded apart from us.
Yeah.
We just hammered Ukraine. People were worried that they were going to cause an upset. Zinchenko, Yarmolenko, Yaremchuk, a few decent players in there. No, we dominated from the get-go to the final whistle. And it wasn't like we got to 1-0, 2-0 and just sat back and took the result. No, we kept going. We got the set pieces in. Jordan Henderson got the goal from the Mason Mount cross. We had more players who contributed. It was a really beautiful win.
It was a very efficient performance there. I think we had 10 shots, of which 6 were on goal.
Right.
And we won 4-0.
Yeah.
And the player who really showed that the best was Luke Shaw. I thought he was amazing. And most of the time, Theo, he wasn't doing silly things. If there was nothing on, he'd play the ball back.
Yeah.
And the crowd were booing him. But when there was that sniff of a chance, he'd get an assist.
Yeah, it's been
Brilliant.
25 years after England's last Euro semi-final, okay, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
And we lost it at Wembley, where we're playing again in the infamous penalty shootout. Do you remember that day?
I certainly do, Theo.
Was it a bad day?
Yeah,
I wasn't alive, so let's move on, because it was 5 years before I was born, so I've not seen any bad history. But the fact that it's Wembley is a funny coincidence. First win by 3+ goals in a major tournament knockout match since 2002, where England beat Denmark 3-0. Also, their last competitive head-to-head match. Would you like to see that again, Dad? 3-0.
Well, I would, but I'm just remembering a Denmark match when Harry Maguire was sent off after 30-odd minutes. But let's not talk about that. But it's time for a Thogdad fact, Theo.
Oh, go on then.
Because a couple of days ago, we saw a situation where Luke Shaw, a Man United player, got the assist and Harry Maguire, Man United player, got the goal.
Right.
When was the last time that happened? An assist and a goal from a United player? 21 years ago.
Jeez.
Scholes and Beckham.
Dad, it seems like we're breaking all sorts of records this tournament with England. It's our first time we've actually gone 7 games unbeaten in England's history. How have we broken that record now?
Do you know what, Theo? I'm going to say something very controversial. I don't think this England team is very, very good. I think it's a good team who's playing above themselves.
Yeah.
I think we've got one world-class player, and let's talk about Harry Kane. Because
no, I think we've got 2.
Superb. Go on, who's
I
the
think
second?
you scapegoat Raheem Sterling too much. He's been amazing this tournament, and I know you didn't call it at the start, so maybe you're not going to mention him. But I think he deserves credit because when it was tough, when even Kane wasn't performing at the start, the only man turning up with the goals was Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
So let's give him some credit because we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
I don't think he's world-class. What I'm saying, Harry Kane would get into any team in the world full stop. Nobody else in the England squad would.
And now
I'm trying to compliment England here because they're playing as a unit absolutely superb.
Well, Dad, I mean, the real bedrock of our tournament is the fact we haven't conceded any goals. And that's what we're really living with. Similar to Italy, but they've conceded like 2 or 3 goals now. So we're in the driving seat. We're the favourites for a reason. I think it's time we speak a little bit about the away team. Well, technically not the away team because it's a neutral ground, but we're only giving them like 1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
And we get 58k. So it's going to be a very English support at Wembley, which of course will help us. But the Danes' team spirit has shone through. Following Christian Eriksen's cardiac arrest, it seems like all the players have come together and they're fighting after such an incredible story. You know, Ericsson recovering, they go on to win the games, they go into the knockouts, they're, you know, smashing it. It was a close game against Czech Republic, 2-1. What did you think about it?
All I've got to do here, Theo, is say 11 things about Denmark and the reason they're doing so well. Schmeichel, Kjær, Christensen, Vestergaard, Dolberg, Damsgaard, Brathwaite, Mahler, Striger Larsen, Delaney and Højbjerg.
You got it
because,
right. How much did you revise that, Thogdad? How have you got that?
Only about 24 hours. No, but the amazing thing is, here we are in a semi-final and we know all 11 Denmark players. And you could have done the same. And I think that's beautiful. And what you shouldn't do is pick on one player, because as a team, they've been superb.
Yeah, and more
the
than
whole
anyone
world
else,
and the whole nation is behind them, aren't they, Theo?
Dad, the whole of Europe. England won. A lot of people want to see England lose, and it's bad. Like
I know.
We're not that bad, Dad, but there are some England fans who like to rub it into every single nation out there when we win.
I know.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just we don't come across the best sometimes. But listen, we may be, you know, not the favourites in terms of fans, but we are the favourites in terms of winning. And I am confident. But I saw a crazy stat. You know, Denmark have gone 17 games unbeaten in the first half.
Wow.
So they've never been losing, and 11 of those have been wins, 6 of them have been draws. They start games very well. And it does worry me, because it was only very recently they beat England at Wembley, October 2020. So they will have that history. Partly when Chelsea beat City in the Champions League final, it's because they beat them not that long ago, the whole Tuchel versus Pep thing, you know, the time before, which gave them confidence. Maybe we could see a similar kind of upset here, where we see Denmark beat England, because they have done it recently.
Yeah, I want to talk about that Czech Republic 1, Denmark 2 game, because I thought it was a classic, actually. I thought that was a really good game. And I thought the Czech Republics, particularly Soufal and Souček, are two of the hardest working players in European football.
I want to give a shout out to Patrick Schick. He's now on 5 goals as well, which is equal to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
The fact you're equal to Cristiano Ronaldo, they should just forget it and give it to Patrick Schick. But Kane will be chasing it as well.
Yeah.
And so will Kasper Dolberg, who's on 3 goals from the last 2 games as well. So if he can sneak a couple goals from somewhere, he's right in the mix.
Let's be frank here, Theo.
Yeah.
England should win this one.
Absolutely.
They should win it 2-0, 3-0. But will they, Theo?
Well, Denmark love an upset. They're going to be fighting for their lives. And Kasper Schmeichel is a very good goalkeeper.
Yes.
He always seems to be a problem for England. He was last time. Watch out for Mahler. Mahler's a quality left wing back. He's right-footed. He's got 2 goals and I think like 2 assists as well. He's a real contributor, and a lot of it has come from the last few games. And I think he could be a problem. But for England, I think Sterling, Kane and Maguire are the serious threats. And my score prediction is England 2, Denmark 0. I think we'll start the game on the back foot. I think Denmark will go right into us. You know about that unbeaten record in the first half. They are decent at starting games well, winning, scoring early goals.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they really knock on the door, but they miss a really close chance. Then as the game goes on, we'll slowly creep back into it until it's complete dominance, and we win 2-0 in the end and go through to the Euro 2020 final. Up the England boys, come on the lads.
Wow, that is a very big shout, but I'm afraid this is where it ends in the tournament for Denmark. Because England are going to win this one 2-1. I think at some point we're going to concede a goal. I mean, we were a bit sloppy at a couple of times in that last game against the Ukraine. Kyle Walker nearly gave away a goal. And Jordan Pickford, for once, was a little bit sloppy at times.
Yeah.
I think we'll concede a goal, but I think we'll win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Kane and Saka to get the goals if he's fit. And that is our predictions for both Euro 2020 semi-final matches. So as it stands, we agree that Italy will face England in the final. What a game that would be.
That will be absolutely spectacular, and we've got tickets, haven't we, Theo?
We do have tickets. Either if England make it or not, we paid a terrible amount. It's only thanks to you guys that we get to go. Thogdad hasn't even paid. It's from my money. How are you making me pay for it?
Oh, did I forget to pay you?
Oh, he's not even going to pay up tonight for Italy-Spain, lads, I'm telling you. Thankfully, because the matches are at Wembley, we're not missing any of the games now. The vlogs are going to be top tier. Make sure you stay subscribed and notifications on. Get that bell on because you want to be the first to watch this content. Smash the subscribe button. Do us a favour. Support us in our final run-in for the end of Euros. And please hit the like button. It means the world. Go follow our Instagrams and Twitter. Support the boys and girls and everybody out there. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Come on the England.